Hey everyone, welcome to the Bunk Cave. This is not an episode of Ask Me Stuff. I got a few questions in. It's been 2 weeks since I did one, and just wasn't really getting any questions. I get a lot of questions from people that want to private email and ask me questions, but as far as them doing it for the Ask Me Stuff program, people are a lot more selfish. I'm not getting any questions, so they want private answers. And so maybe I'm too forthcoming with answering all of my emails and answering people's private questions. But so I've got a few questions. I'm just going to wait till I get enough to, pardon me, to do several programs or whatever, and then or episodes. Then I'll do it. So a lot to talk about. So hold on, I got to turn the fan off while I light a fatty. This lighter never works when I'm on this program on YouTube. This is a Macanudo. This was sent to me by the Addams family, not the ones from the old TV show, but from friends of mine, because I have the best readers ever. And they sent me a bunch of top-notch cigars, and I'm happy about that. I got my cup of coffee. This one doesn't have any advertising on it, so I'm going to have to come up with something to use for product placement today. Got a little bit scatterbrained. I was kind of busy the last couple of days. Everybody knows I drove down to Austin to do the NPR interview. And I just want to make sure everybody that's following me on Facebook knows I'm not complaining. When I try to point out inaccuracies, that's just because I want to be transparent and honest with everybody who is my reader. And so I point out that there were some inaccuracies, but that always happens when there's conversations with people who have different brains and see things from different perspectives. So I think about 3 sentences of my 1-hour interview made it into the NPR interview, but it was nice. It was very nice of Steve Henn to have me on his program, and very cool to get the Pennsylvania Omnibus beautiful Jason Gurley cover on every public radio station website in America this morning. So that's very, very nice. I got this in the mail. Most of y'all know this. This is from the indie side. This is a anthology. This is the first anthology I was invited to participate in, and it was quite a while ago, I guess 6 months or so. And I bought 4 of these, and I sent them around. I haven't gotten everybody to sign it, and I probably never will, because a lot of these people are in Australia and England, and this book would be $1,000 by the time I got everybody to sign it. But I did get quite a few signatures here. Most of these are the stateside folks. Ernie Lindsay, Hugh Howey signed it right here, you know, and I'll read what he says. Because Hugh can't. First of all, he's been huge for my career, and I'm completely grateful. But he's always got to stab me a little bit. He's got to twist of the knife just a little bit. You know, he's got just a. He said, to the number 2 Amish sci-fi author in the universe, you have to leave room just in case. So I'm supposing that his inference is that somewhere on, you know, the moon of Jupiter, there's a better Amish sci-fi writer. Probably. There probably is, Hugh. There's probably one on Europa. So anyways, thank you, Hugh, for that. And Peter Caudron signed this, and Jason Gurley and Kate Danley. So I didn't get all of them. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of the 12. So this is probably pretty valuable. I probably should put this on eBay and make a little bank on it. It's got some pretty big name authors on there. And while I was in Austin, I got to meet with my buddy Steve Statham, and he gave me this is a beautiful cover, by the way, and he signed this for me. I think he'd had a few too many beers because he misspelled Buddy, B-U-D-Y, and I know Steve's a pretty clever guy. So this was after we'd had at least 3 or 4 pints at the Schultz's Beer Garden. But you ought to check this book out. He's got a series, the Connor Ricks series, that's my daughter has read and says is really, really good. But Steve Statham's a good writer. And so I got that. And then I've showed this to y'all before, I think, but I wanted to show it again. And the thing is, you can't get this because this is not available in print, and it's not supposed to be in print. This is a pirated issue of this, and it cannot be for sale, and you won't see this on eBay. However, I'm going to be putting out a blog post, and this is, by the way, I think this is the best book I've ever written. But I am going to be doing a blog post where I'm going to talk about getting my books in bookstores, and a crazy plan that's so crazy it just might work, to put some of my books in bookstores. And so part of that blog post is going to be a competition, or let's call it a opportunity to win a signed print copy of this. And there are none of these. 0. Nobody outside of my household has this or is going to have it, because this is completely illegal, and they would put me in Alcatraz for doing this. If anybody from Amazon was watching this right now, tomorrow I would be in Alcatraz. So it sounded like a bomb just went off. Maybe that's just an airplane. Stuff that's on my desk, I have this little guy made of pipe cleaners. I think my daughter made this because I came in one morning and it was seated on my pipe stand. So I have that. And what else do I have on my desk that you might be interested in looking at? Salt and pepper shakers that are green from the 70s. 70s green salt and pepper shakers. And I have salt water with sea salt. That there's a long story behind that. This is short stories of Ivan Bunin, and a reader put me onto this, knowing that I loved Russian short stories. This is fantastic, fantastic. The best writing, some of the best writing I've ever read, ever. And I haven't gotten very far into it, but I've been reading this at night to cleanse my palate. And really, really, really good. And I got this on Amazon. All right, y'all. I didn't answer any questions because I don't have enough. So if you want to send in questions, send them to mbunker@michaelbunker.com, and just put "Ask Me Stuff" in the subject line, and then ask your questions. And maybe when I get enough, I'll do another Ask Me Stuff program. And there's probably a dozen other things I need to talk about, because of all the projects I'm doing, and talking to an agent about Brother Frankenstein, and getting work on Oklahoma here pretty quick, and a bunch of other stuff. So webinar coming up August 19th for authors who want to think outside of the herd. And so we're going to do that. There's only going to be 100 seats or tickets or entries or spots available for that, and I think he's already got over 15 or 17 or something filled, and we haven't really done a push yet, so it's going to sell out for sure. Alright guys, I've already taken up 10 minutes of your time, and I'll talk to you later.